as we rest as awareness, we realize something about ourselves that we never knew was possible. And that is that along with it, true freedom, the true freedom that is without extremes, is inseparable from omniscience. It's inseparable from omniscience. The word omniscience means all-knowing. In other words, no more learning. There's nothing to be learned. And for many of us, this word omniscience, it's not a word we use to describe ourselves or anyone else. So most of the time, we're not really even comfortable using this word about ourselves or anyone else. And it's very important for us as human beings to grow comfortable with that, to grow comfortable with the reality of our being. The omniscience is a much more naturally occurring quality than any other quality we can describe about ourselves. So if we want to describe anything about ourselves, how good we look, how pretty we are, how handsome we are, how ugly we are, no matter what we want to describe us, how smart we are, how competent we are, how much we contribute to life, no matter what we want to describe about ourselves, all these things are completely fleeting. They're nothing that we can take a stand on. Our omniscience is naturally occurring. It's already present. It's the foremost of all of our qualities and activities. So it's important for us to grow familiar with the reality of what we are as human beings. There's never been a time in human history when it's more important to become very familiar with that, to just go deeply into the profundity of who we are, to totally explore that, to not leave it unexplored, to not allow it to just be the province of something we read about in a book, where someone is talked about who has displayed great powers, to know that just as our complete enlightenment is already present, its complete benefit is also present, and that complete benefit has as its ground awareness that is entirely omniscient. What that means is that omniscience exudes, it emanates great benefit. It emanates great benefit for the whole, and it emanates the solution to problems that we can never arrive at through points of view. So we have all of these problems facing our world and facing humankind. And a lot of times when people search for awakening, they just want to get out of all that. Well, give me nothingness, give me emptiness, give me transcendence. I want to transcend the body and all of that. And we'll just let all of that be as it may. Oh, yes, nothingness, nothingness. Everything is nothing. Nuclear war is nothing. Famine is nothing. The depleting ozone is nothing. So why bother about any of it? So some of us hear about that as some kind of idea of awakening. But, that's not awakening. That's just an anomaly of point of view. It's not the conventional point of view, but it's still a point of view. It's a way to check out. Wherever complete enlightenment has been present, it has equaled complete benefit. And that complete benefit is always for the whole, and it manifests exalted activities and qualities that benefit everyone. So, it's always important to bring all of these things back to our direct experience. First, we have to directly experience our own awareness. And as we do so, we naturally become familiar with its qualities and activities. The qualities and activities are already present. They just appear all of a sudden as evident to us. Even though they've always been there, we can't ever recognize them until we begin to rest in an uncontrived way. If we try to meditate this into existence, we're just looking for something that's already present. So how could anything we do bring it forth? It's impossible. You know, if meditation resulted in awakening, we'd have many awakened people, right? Because there are many stalwart meditators out there. Many people meditating many hours a day, sometimes all day long. But if this was the cause that led to the result of awakening, then we would have millions and millions of awakened people, and we don't. So, you know, we have to look into our human history and our lineages of awakening to see which ones work, which ones really produce the result. And the only one that has ever produced the result for millions of people is to rest naturally in an uncontrived way. The sutras and tantras of India and of Tibet all say exactly the same thing: to rest free in the immediacy of each perception, that there's no splitting off into a state or an experience, that whatever the perception is, we're entirely free as that perception. And when we're entirely free as that perception, it gives rise to the great benefit that we already are. We really need to know this for ourselves.